So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
What's it YouTube? Duel here from Zephyr Games, and like I said yesterday, during our opening of Speed Duels, I'm going to bring you a quick breakdown tutorial of how to play Speed Duels. Now it is very straightforward, and it is all in the guide. Now this does look like a map, but on the other side of the map, there is a rule guide and gives you a full breakdown of exactly what speed dueling does. Now, I am starting this as a new player as well, so we are all on the same level. Before you get started, of course, you take your pre-constructed deck that you already have right now. You can't use outside cards in Speed Duels, but you can use Speed Duel cards in outside decks. So it does mean that you can use your upgrade of Champion's Vigilance in any deck you wish. Now, before you start the duel, you choose one of your skill cards, and only one of them can be added to the deck. Now, by added to the deck, so let's say we'll go with Final Draw on this one. You have this, and you place it face down. Now, there is no specific rule of exactly where it needs to go. You just want to make sure that it is clear and precise, that it is your skill card, and it is well out of your way, and well out of your opponent's way, but you both know where it is. So maybe up here in the top left, I'll zoom out so you can see the full map a little bit more. I keep saying map. Why do I keep saying map? Anyway, so you put your skill card face down. That is that done. You then shuffle your deck, however you and your opponent. Always make sure your opponent cuts your deck. That's the fairest way of doing it. And we pretty much play like a normal Yu-Gi-Oh deck. If you have extra deck cards, of course, they go into the extra deck zone. And what you've got to remember about Speed Duels is there is no extra monster zone. So if you were to fusion summon a monster, it goes into the main monster zones. Straight off the bat, what you can also see is you are restricted to 3 monster zones and 3 spells and trap zones, hence the name Speed Duels. This is to go a lot quicker than normal Yu-Gi-Oh duels, and a lot more straightforward. Again, field zone, graveyard, and off you go. On top of that, you do only start with 4,000 life points, so remember that. It is 4,000 life points, not 8,000. And then the rules kind of play out as normal as they kind of would. The only other difference is when you're going first, or when you're starting your game, you draw the top 4 cards of your deck, not the top 5 as we usually do in current Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, once you've got the top 4, if you're going first, of course, you would set your spells and traps. And then, of course, the rules for normal summoning are exactly the same. You normal summon a level 4 or lower, or set a normal level 4 or lower. But I'm just going to go through the deck now. If you were to summon a Dark Magician Girl, or of course a Dark Magician, as you can see, they do require the same tributes. This is not like Duelist Kingdom. You will still need to do 1 tribute for Dark Magician Girl and 2 tributes for Dark Magician. That does not change. In regards to your skill cards, if you actually read the skill cards, it says flip this card over when you activate this skill. So if you're looking at a skill, you read this, activate the skill during your main phase. So as long as you've met the conditions of that, you flip this card over from the Yami Yugi side all the way to the activation side, and then you play out the remainder of the effect. Now, of course, all other skill cards are different. Some activate at the start of the duel, some activate at the end of the duel, some activate after a certain amount of turns. So you've just got to keep an eye on your skill card. That is the main big difference between this and normal Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, of course, skill cards can't be played into Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks, which would be quite funny to see a Final Draw being played in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. But remember, those are the only thing that can't transfer. So Speed Duels, you can't have outside cards into Speed Duels, but you don't want to be putting your skill cards in outside decks. This is what I mean with disappointment, in the sense is I could build this deck with cards I currently have laying around. Why is the need to buy the deck? And I'll tell you exactly why the need is for you to buy the deck. You want to be getting that beautiful skill card. The skill card is what makes the deck fun and makes it different from everything else. And then on top of that, if you are, if you like your rarity bumps, I keep going back to the Champion's Vision because it just looks actually beautiful in Ultra. I really like this card. You can get rarity bumps off certain cards, so it might be nice to see some old cards getting a nice rarity bump on that one. So that is it, quite straightforward. The rules then continue to play out the same. You hit your opponent's life points to 0, you win the duel. They hit your life points to 0, you lose the duel. Quite straightforward and simple on that. Cards are exactly the same, set spells and traps. Pass turns, back and forth, graveyard, extra deck, field zone, skill cards. That's it. What more could you possibly want? And that is it. Very short, sweet, simple run through the tutorial. If you do have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer them and see what I can do for you guys out there. Of course, at this moment in time, there is no XYZ, there is no links. It is pure old school fashion of get 2 months on the board, tribute for a Yugi deck, or of course, polymerization in a Joey's deck. Very, very fun, very, very back to basics. It is a nice break from the game currently. It remains to be seen how much the future sets will affect, or the actual individual speed duel sets will affect the game going forward. And if the game going forward as speed duels takes off massively, like I said, I think it's very, very good for young players coming back into the game. Sorry, young players starting the game or players come back into the game, just to, if you're used to the Duelist Kingdom kind of play or the old school plays, this lets you settle yourself back in and then you start building yourself back up to link some of these XYZs, synchros and stuff like that. But like I said, if you do have any questions, do let me know and I'll be more than happy to answer them. So, thanks for watching, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time guys, as always, happy dueling.
What's up YouTube, Dad here from Zephyr Wargames. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.